Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys. Rimsha, Arbaz, Astha, Prakshit, Nezi, Vipin, Rafiq, Sheikh, Devnaran, Payal, Arvind, Ditya, Kumud, Sachin. Very good, beta. Uh, Good evening, guys. Just let me know the audio and visuals are clear from my side. I hope the audio and visuals are clear from my side, and after you are ready, you guys are ready, means in the form of thumbs up that you will just give me or send me via text. I will start the lecture, guys. Okay, so yes. Okay, good evening, guys. Chal. Very good, everyone. Yes. Today we are going to start with the osteology of ulna. Today we are going to start with the osteology of the ulnar bone. Yes. Chal. Very good. Good evening, Ashwani. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys. Now I can start with the session, guys. So let us discuss like what we are going to discuss in the ulnar bone. So the very first thing that we are going to discuss, it is the type. Okay. Saurabh, good evening, beta. Good evening. It is the type of the ulnar bone, the location, site determination, again right or left, how to differentiate based on certain parts. Vijay, good evening, beta. Parts of the ulnar bone, okay, that is the upper end, shaft, and the lower end, guys, and the lower end. So we will be discussing the parts along with the muscle attachments. Okay, suppose if I'm talking about upper end, so the parts of the upper end along with the parts of the upper end I will be discussing with the muscle attachments simultaneously. Origin and insertion of muscles, and after that I will be talking about the ossification centers of the ulna. Now coming on to the clinical part, clinical anatomy. Bache, clinical anatomy of both the bones, radius and ulna, I will be discussing together because these both bones are actually situated in the forearm. So the fractures are basically common over here. So I will be discussing the clinical anatomy or the core anatomy of these two bones together after discussing the radius bone tomorrow. Okay. So yes, yes. I hope everyone is ready up till now. So guys, just be with me. Okay. Just be with me. Write down the notes along with me, guys. Okay. So let us start with the type and location of the ulnar bone. Yes, Arvind, Siddhi, Rimsha, very good, beta. Very good. Perfect. Chal. Remember, guys, that ulna is basically typically a long bone. Okay, you can, if I'm talking about the type, remember, guys, that it is a long bone and it is developed by, it is a typical long bone. Okay, it develops by cartilaginous ossification. It develops by Sakib. Hello, bache. Welcome to the class. Yes, it develops by cartilaginous ossification. And remember, whenever we talk about the term cartilaginous ossification, it simply means that the bone is developed from hyaline cartilage. Okay, bone is developed from hyaline cartilage. Developed from hyaline cartilage. Yes, hyaline cartilage. And can anyone tell me the name? Yes, Nazi. Hello. This is the third time you're texting hello in the chat box. And remember guys, tell me the name of the process where a bone is formed by cartilaginous ossification in the chat box, guys. In the chat box. Yes. Meanwhile, this is about the type. Coming on to the location. Yes, coming on to the location, guys. Yes, Arbaz, very good. It is the enchondral ossification. Perfect, beta. It is the enchondral ossification from inside the cartilage. This bone is getting developed. Okay. It is enchondral ossification, guys. Very good. Very good, Prakshit. Very good. Perfect. Perfect. रिमशा वेरी गुड. बाकी लोग भी आंसर्स कर लिया करो. सिर्फ गुड मॉर्निंग गुड इवनिंग हाई लिखने से कुछ नहीं होगा. यू हैव टू बी कंटिन्यूअस इनफ टू लुक आंसर द क्वेश्चंस एज वेल. यस, आस्था, प्रेक्षित, नेजी, वेरी गुड बेटा. Now, coming on to the location, guys, you already know that ulna, basically it is the medial bone of the forearm, okay, because it is in the normal anatomical position, okay, normal anatomical position, you guys can very well see, yes, you guys can very well see that this bone is located close to the midline of the body. बॉडी के मिडलाइन से पास है. ओके, इट इज क्लोज टू द मिडलाइन ऑफ द बॉडी एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड एज द मीडियल बोन. ओके, एंड यू ऑलरेडी नो दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर एरिया इट इज कॉल्ड एज द आर्म रीजन. ओके, फ्रॉम शोल्डर जॉइंट अबव टू द एल्बो जॉइंट बिलो. ओके, एंड फ्रॉम द एल्बो जॉइंट टू द wrist joint, basically this is the forearm region. This is the forearm region, and I can simply say that ulna, basically it is the medial bone of the forearm. Okay, it is the medial bone of the forearm, and above you will find the elbow joint. Above you will find the elbow joint, and below you will find the wrist joint. And below you will find the wrist joint. Below you will find the wrist joint. Yes. So that is about the type and location. So you already know that radius is basically the lateral bone. Okay, it is the lateral bone. Ulna is the medial bone, lateral bone of the forearm. Lateral bone of the forearm. So yes, that is about the type and the location. Okay, coming on to the site determination, I will be discussing it a bit later. So now coming on to the next part, that is the parts of the ulna. Now coming on to the next part, that is the parts of the ulna, guys. So yes, you already know that ulna is basically divided into three major parts of the ulna. It is majorly divided into three main parts. The upper one, that is called as the upper end of the ulna, the upper end. The mid part, that is called as the shaft, and the lower part, that is called as the lower end of the ulna. That is called as the lower end of the ulna. So just marking, this is the upper end, then we have the lower end, and we have a long diaphysis or the shaft region. Long diaphysis or the shaft region. Okay, so yes, this is about the parts of the ulna. Now coming on to one part, one by one. So remember, now we will be discussing about the upper end first. So coming on to the upper end, and remember that upper end is basically looking like to you like a hook shaped structure. Okay, it is looking like to you a hook shaped structure. So write down that upper end is basically a hook shaped structure. hook shaped structure, and it is divided into three major parts. Upper end is further divided into three major parts. Three major parts. Now guys, remember that over here we have two processes, two notches, and two muscular impressions. Two muscular impressions. Now guys, we will be discussing each of these in detail guys. Okay, so the two processes, yes. So the two processes over here, these are coronoid process. अब मुझे जानना है coronoid वर्ड तुमने किस बोन में पढ़ा है? coronoid रिच पढ़ी थी, तो coronoid वर्ड आप लोगों ने कहाँ पढ़ा हुआ है? Here I am talking about the coronoid process. Okay, and the second one, it is the olecranon process. Second, it is the olecranon process. I'm waiting for your answers, everyone. I'm waiting for your answers, everyone. Yes. By the time you are answering, yes, just let me know. Yes. Sure. Perfect. Perfect. हाँ, तो यस, विपिन ह्यूमरस तो नहीं है बेटा, स्कैपुला भी नहीं है, कोरोनॉइड स्कैपुला, कोरोनॉइड, ओके, कोनॉइड ट्यूबरकल पड़ा था क्लैविकल में, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, ओके 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 ओके, हाँ हाँ हाँ, वो कोरोनॉइड, वो कोनॉइड था, ये कोरोनॉइड है, स्पेलिंग्स देख लेना बेटा। क्लैविकल में कोनॉइड ट्यूबरकल पड़ा था ना, जहाँ पे कोनॉइड लिगामेंट का अटैचमेंट था, सो ओवर हियर इट इज कोरोनॉइड, ठीक है, ओवर हियर इट इज कोरोनॉइड, कोरोकॉइड प्रोसेस था वो, स्कैपुला भी नहीं था। आई वॉज जस्ट चेकिंग द स्पेलिंग्स विद यू गाइज, हाउ वेल यू रिएक्ट विद द फैक्ट्स। सो रिमेंबर कोरोकॉइड प्रोसेस, coracoid process that you see in scapula, and conoid वाला जो part है, conoid tubercle, that you see in clavicle, okay guys, that you see in clavicle. So yes, coming on to the fact guys, how to first, now let us demarcate the structures, that is remember guys, the upper वाला जो part होता है, okay, जो ऊपर वाला part देखने को मिलता है, that is called as the olecranon process, okay, और बीच में जो हुक शेप स्ट्रक्चर के जो नीचे वाला पार्ट है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द ट्रोक्लियर, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द कोरोनॉइड प्रोसेस, एंड रिमेंबर द, ये जो बीच वाला स्ट्रक्चर है, दैट आई एम मार्किंग विद रेड कलर, दिस स्ट्रक्चर, this is the notch, and that is known as the trochlear notch. So in between the olecranon process and the coronoid process, you will find the trochlear notch, and yes, remember guys that in basically in the lateral view it is like more clear, okay, in the lateral view it is more clear. So just remember, over I will just try to draw a simple diagram for you guys so that it's more clear, and you will tell me the view, in which view I'm just trying to draw this particular diagram, okay. So remember that it is somewhat like this, okay, it is somewhat like this. Yes, just somewhat like this. It is somewhat like this. Just try to draw with me. Just try to draw with me. Yeah. Can you tell me the view, guys? Can you tell me the view, guys? In which view we are trying to visualize this particular structure? In which view I'm just trying to visualize, we are visualizing this particular structure? Anyone? Anyone out there? So yes, now you already know the uppermost portion. Okay, the uppermost portion is basically the ये वाला जो part है. Okay, that is the olecranon process. हाँ, side view हो क्या? Yes, it is the side view. Very good, Prakshit. Olecranon process. हाँ, lateral view है. Posterior नहीं है बेटा, अभी हम सामने से देख रहे हैं. सामने से इसको मैंने जस्ट टर्न किया है. इसको ना मैंने इस तरीके से, अब ये सीधा है. दिस इज द एंटीरियर व्यू. ये आगे की तरफ है, ठीक है. और इसको मैंने बस क्या किया, थोड़ा सा टर्न कर लिया, इधर घुमा दिया, और मैं जस्ट आई एम ट्राइंग टू ऑब्जर्व नाउ. बोन ऐसी थी, ठीक है, और उसको मैंने इस तरीके से घुमा दिया, तो हमें साइड व्यू देखने को मिल रहा है, लेटरल साइड व्यू. यस, एवरीवन इज राइट. यस, अरबाज, विपिन, सचिन, प्रेक्षित, सिद्धि. Yes, everyone is right. Yeah, it is the lateral or the side view. Yes, Rimsha, very good. So remember that upper part is basically the olecranon process. Okay, it is the olecranon process. And coming on to the lower part, guys, remember that lower part का ये वाला जो part है, okay, this part is basically the trochlear notch. It is the trochlear notch. ये पूरा मत मार्क करना यार, ये तो प्रोसेस हो गया ना. सो इट्स जस्ट दिस आउट प्रोजेक्शंस. व्हाट आर प्रोसेसेस, गाइस? जस्ट लेट मी नो इन द चैट बॉक्स. व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय प्रोसेस, गाइस? जस्ट लेट मी नो द नेम. एंड रिमेंबर, इट इज द ट्रोक्लियर नॉच. इट इज द ट्रोक्लियर, ओके सॉरी, ट्रोक्लियर नॉच बोल रहा हूँ, ट्रोक्लियर तो बीच वाला हो गया. जस्ट लेट मी नो. Yeah, what do you mean by process? Meanwhile, I'm just marking the diagram. Yeah, it is the coronoid process. Coronoid process. And yeah, over here you are very well able to see that we have the trochlear notch. Okay, so this particular part which I will be shading right now, yeah, this is the trochlear notch. Projections of the bone, very good, Astha. It is the projection of the bone, very good. And this part is basically the trochlear notch. Trochlear notch. So now coming on to the process, guys. Now coming on to the process. Yeah, projections of the bone, very good. Winning any projection from the bone, you can see the two projections of the bone. Okay, coronoid process and olecranon process. So we will first mention about the olecranon process. Olecranon process, write down certain points. That it forms the uppermost part of the ulna. It forms the uppermost part of the ulna. And you can also see that it forms the upper part of the trochlear notch. Upper part of trochlear notch. Yes, Siddhi, Vipin, okay, very good. Upper part of the trochlear notch. Now remember, guys, that it is bent forwards. Okay, it is bent, आगे की तरफ झुका हुआ होता है. This olecranon process is like bending forward. Okay, so it is bent forwards basically to form a prominent beak. Yes, to form a prominent beak. To form a prominent beak. Okay, now guys, tell me, it lodges, olecranon process lodges into which part of the humerus bone? Okay, olecranon process lodges into which fossa of the humerus bone and in which anatomical movement? My question to you guys is, it lodges into which part of the humerus bone and in which anatomical movement? Okay, I'm waiting for the answers, guys. I'm waiting for the answers. Yes, Astha, perfect, beta. Perfect answer. Yes, it lodges. Devnarayan, very good. Ditya, very good. It lodges into the olecranon fossa of the humerus. Olecranon fossa of the humerus in full extension. Yes, Siddhi Prakshit, very good. Humerus in full extension. Okay, and remember कि olecranon process का जो पीछे वाला part होता है, it is very much smooth and subcutaneous. Okay, so write down that. वेरी गुड प्रेक्षित. मुझे मूवमेंट भी बता दो. एल्बो मूवमेंट कौन सी बेटा? 2 एल्बो मूवमेंट हो गई ना फ्लेक्शन एक्सटेंशन में से, कौन सी वाली? हाँ चलो, वैसे मैंने आंसर लिख दिया है. या इट इज फुल एक्सटेंशन. ओके, फुल एक्सटेंशन में एल्बो मूवमेंट नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं है. आंसर्स पूरे ठीक है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट गाइस, रिमेंबर दैट इट्स पोस्टीरियर पार्ट इज स्मूथ. Its posterior part is smooth and subcutaneous. Its posterior part is smooth and subcutaneous. You can feel it under the skin. Okay. Apart from that, remember that over here a muscle will be attached. Over here a muscle, you will find insertion of a muscle over here. Okay. Can anyone tell me which muscle would be inserted over here? Yes. Anyone? So remember olecranon process का जो back view होता है. Suppose I'm trying to draw the back view of the olecranon process. Yes, everyone is right. Prakshit, Diva and Remsha, Siddhi, very good. If I'm just trying to draw the back view of the olecranon process, okay, if I'm just trying to draw the back view of the olecranon, the ulna bone also. So this is something which is the posterior view. This is something which is the posterior view. And remember, in the upper part, yes, Ditya, very good. In the upper part, beta, you will find a muscle which is attached over here in the upper part of the olecranon process. Okay. So it is the triceps brachii. Mark this as important and write down it is the triceps brachii. Okay, triceps brachii. So it is inserted into, remember, inserted into the posterior part of upper surface of olecranon process. Upper surface of olecranon process. Olecranon process. Okay, just behind this particular structure, posterior view में ज़्यादा अच्छे से clear दिखता है. ठीक है. So it is, yeah. Over here you will be finding the triceps muscle which is inserted. Okay, in the posterior part, पीछे की तरफ, ऊपर की तरफ of the olecranon process. I hope this particular olecranon process is clear to each and everyone. बच्चे, just give me a thumbs up, guys, that you all understood this particular part. Yeah, just give me a thumbs up, guys, that you all understood this particular part, so that I can move on to the next one, that is the coronoid process. Picture I've already drawn. The same picture will work over here. So remember, the same picture will work over here, and remember that it projects like a broad beak. Okay, yes, Ditya, Prakshit, perfect, beta. So write down over here that now we are going to discuss olecranon process. Olecranon process, and remember, sorry, olecranon हो गया है, coronoid, okay. I just चलो, very good guys, perfect. So write down, we are now going to discuss about the coronoid process. And remember, in the coronoid process, basically it projects forwards like a broad beak, forwards like a broad beak, okay. Basically its upper part, okay, its upper part. अब मुझे खुद बता दो कि दिस इज द कोरोनॉइड प्रोसेस, इसका ऊपर वाला पार्ट ट्रोक्लियर नॉच का कौन सा पार्ट बनाएगा, ट्रोक्लियर नॉच का कौन सा पार्ट बनाएगा, जस्ट लेट मी नो गाइस कि इसका ऊपर वाला पार्ट इट विल फॉर्म विच पार्ट ऑफ द ट्रोक्लियर नॉच, okay. So write down its upper surface forms the dash part of the trochlear notch. Waiting for your answers. Yes, Ditya, perfect beta, perfect. What about rest guys? Is Ditya correct? This is the first point, this is the second point. Write down the third point, that its anterior surface lower, very good. Albaz, Osama, Prikshit, perfect beta. Its upper surface forms the lower part of the trochlear notch. Perfect, perfect Rimsha, perfect. Apart from that guys, remember one more thing, that its anterior surface shows a rough area, called the ulnar tuberosity. Shows a rough area basically called as the ulnar tuberosity guys, okay. It is called as the ulnar tuberosity. You can just see over here that this particular part, okay, it is called as the ulnar tuberosity. In the anterior view you will be able to see it over here, okay. It is in the anterior view, you are able to find a projection just below the coronoid. In the coronoid process, the anterior surface, okay, will be showing the ulnar tuberosity, and just over here in this particular diagram, this is the structure which will be showing in the lateral or the side view. You will be finding a structure anteriorly, that is the ulnar tuberosity, okay. Ulnar tuberosity. Now guys, इसके ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन आया था, चलो ठीक है, इसके ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन आया था, चलो वो क्वेश्चन अभी हम डिस्कस करेंगे. And remember guys that its anterior border lodges. अब मुझे फटाफट बता दो कौन से फोसा में ह्यूमरस के ये लॉन्च करती है और किस एनाटॉमिकल मूवमेंट में. चलो, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर्स एवरीवन, कि कौन से फोसा ऑफ द ह्यूमरस बोन में ये लॉन्च करती है एंड इन विच एनाटॉमिकल मूवमेंट, गाइस. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर्स एवरीवन. Prikshit says coronoid fossa. Okay, what is the anatomical movement, Prikshit? Very good, Osama, Arvind, Ditya, Rimsha, very good. It is the coronoid fossa. Okay, agreed. It is the coronoid fossa of the humerus. Yes, Albas, very good, beta. It is the flexion of the knee, where you will find the full lodgement of the this coronoid process. Okay, over there. चलो वेरी गुड कुमुद वेरी गुड बेटा कोरोनॉइड फोसाई देवनारायण वेरी गुड उमेर वेरी गुड फ्लेक्शन है फ्लेक्शन ऑफ द एल्बो यू विल फाइंड द लॉजमेंट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर yes now can anyone tell me which muscles will be attached here okay which muscles will be attached over here coronoid fossa ठीक है विपिन now can anyone tell me which muscles will be attached over here okay full flexion of the ulna okay चलो ब्रेकियालिस वेरी गुड बेटा अल्नार ट्यूबरोसिटी पर एक मसल अटैच होती है एंड मार्क दिस एज इम्पोर्टेंट ओवर हियर कि यही क्वेश्चन अभी 2018-19 में पता नहीं एफएमजी में आया था कि विच मसल एक बार रेडियल ट्यूबरोसिटी पे पूछा था कि कौन सी मसल अटैच होती है और अगले ईयर अल्नार ट्यूबरोसिटी पे पूछा था कि विच मसल इज इंसर्टेड ओवर लाइक अल्नार ट्यूबरोसिटी यस गाइस वेरी गुड दित्य आस्था प्रेक्षित नेजी विपिन सिद्धि देखो तुम लोग भी आंसर्स कर पा रहे हो मतलब पढ़ाई टफ नहीं है पढ़ना जरूरी है इंसर्टेड इनटू लाइक just write it like this basically brachialis muscle is inserted insertion of brachialis muscle is there और ये क्वेश्चन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इसको मार्क भी कर लेना ओके इंसर्शन ऑफ brachialis muscle brachialis muscle yes insertion of brachialis muscle over ulnar tuberosity okay over the ulnar tuberosity now guys from the medial border okay from the medial border of coronoid process basically two muscles are attached okay two muscles are arising okay like there is origin of two major muscles from here and write down that we have flexor flexor digitorum superficialis flexor अभी परेशान नहीं होना है कभी कभी नाम्स ना मतलब टेंशन दे देते हैं कि सर इतने भयंकर भयंकर नाम है अभी एक बार हमने बोन्स के साथ की अभी जस्ट रेडियस और रिस्ट के बाद आई विल स्टार्ट विद द मसल्स उसमें हम दोबारा से रिवाइज करेंगे एक एक मसल देखेंगे ध्यान से कहाँ से ऑरिजिन हो रहा है कहाँ पे जा रहा है अभी तो हम बोन्स के साथ कर रहे हैं फिर तुम ऑरिजिन इंसर्शन के साथ मेरे साथ दोबारा मसल्स पढ़ोगे एक लेक्चर में दोबारा रिवाइज हो जाएगा फिर नर्व सप्लाई में भी एक बार और मसल्स हो जाएंगे तो 3-3 बार रिवीजन हो जाएगा मसल्स का तो टेंशन नहीं लेनी वो धीरे धीरे करके याद होता है ठीक है प्रैक्टिस करनी है फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम सुपरफिशियालिस हाँ superficialis and remember guys we have one more muscle that is the pronator teres muscle pronator teres muscle और दोनों की दोनों मसल्स ऑरिजिन है मैं ऐसे मार्क कर रहा हूँ that simply means it is the origin yes pronator teres muscle pronator teres muscle pronator teres muscle so it is somewhere over the medial border okay somewhere over the medial border of the coronoid process you will find these particular two muscles which are attached okay two muscles which are attached. So in the anterior view it's like that. More in the medial or the lateral view you will be able to demarcate this. Okay, flexor digitorum superficialis ऊपर होगा और just उसके नीचे you will find the FTS के नीचे pronator teres. Pronator teres. So this is about the coronoid process. This is about the coronoid process, guys. I hope you all understood the two processes of the upper end of the ulna. Two processes of the upper end of the ulna. Done. I hope you all guys understood. Just give me a thumbs up, guys, that you all are participating over here. Yeah, you all are participating. Perfect, guys. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your answers. चलो, very good. Prikshit, Ditya, Astha, Neo, Karanvi, very good, beta. Now I will be discussing about the two notches of the ulna, and you are very well aware that we have two notches. One is very prominent that you can see over here, that is the trochlear notch, and the other one that I will be discussing, that is the radial notch of the ulna. And I will be discussing it one by one. Okay, Arvind, Kumud, Vipin, Rinsha, Siddhi, Dev Narayan, Alfia, beta क्लास में रेगुलर रहो. वेरी गुड एवरीवन. तो जल्दी जल्दी सीखने को भी मिलेगा. नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू द टू नोचेस ऑफ द अल्ना and two notches of upper end. Okay, you can very well see the very first one that we will be discussing. It is the trochlear notch. This is the trochlear notch which you can see over here. Okay, this is the trochlear notch of the ulna. And remember, trochlear notch किस ह्यूमरस के किस पार्ट से आर्टिकुलेट करता है? आई एम वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर्स गाइस. ट्रोक्लियर नोच आर्टिकुलेट्स विद विच पार्ट ऑफ द ह्यूमरस पोर्ट? पूरा पार्ट का पूरा नाम बोलना. वैसे तो तुम लोग को पता है और इसमें मैं फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स दे रहा हूं, ये तुम अभी खुद फिल करोगे. इट इज फॉर्म्ड बाय एंटीरियर. अच्छा चलो, ये तो आई विल जस्ट डू इट. एंटीरियर सरफेस ऑफ ओलिक्रेनॉन प्रोसेस. हाँ, ट्रोक्लियर और रेडियल ठीक है. या ट्रोक्लिया ठीक है. वेरी गुड. ओलिक्रेनॉन प्रोसेस and upper surface of coronoid process. Upper surface of coronoid process. It is formed by the anterior surface of the olecranon process. Olecranon process ऊपर की तरफ है, ठीक है, और नीचे coronoid process है. तो coronoid process के upper surface से इसका lower part बनता है, ठीक है. Okay, so trochlear notch is formed by these two things. Already told. Yes, trochlea of the humerus. Very good, Rimsha. हाँ, trochlea है. देवनारायण, विपिन, सिद्धि. Very good बेटा. Answers देते रहो साथ साथ यार, ठीक है. और remember, it articulates with the which lip of the trochlea is responsible for the carrying angle of the humerus? Answer guys. Which lip of the trochlea is responsible for the carrying angle of the humerus? और carrying angle कितना होता है humerus का? In degrees. Let me know in the chat box. And remember, it articulates with the trochlea of the humerus. It articulates with the trochlea of the humerus bone. It articulates with the trochlea of the humerus bone. Yes. Apart from that, this was about the trochlear notch, and now if we focus on the radial notch guys, so you can very well see over here, yeah, okay, over here just below this coronoid process. Okay, this trochlear notch. Okay, I'll draw it for you guys over here. Okay, I'll draw it for you guys. Yes, medial lip, everyone. Astha, Ditya, Devnarayan, Prakshit. Okay, Alfia. हाँ 165 है. Very good Alfia. Arvind, very good. Rimsha, Vipin, Kumud, Prakshit. अच्छी बात है, याद कर रहे हो. पुराना ना याद भी होना चाहिए. पुराना याद भी होना चाहिए. That is like very much required. Okay, और इसका एक छोटा सा भी फटाफट से डायग्राम बना के देखते हैं कि रेडियल नोच लेटरल व्यू में ज़्यादा प्रोमिनेंट है, तो हम लोग उसको इस तरीके से देखेंगे कि you already know that the upper part is basically the beak shaped structure. Okay, and yeah. Yes. Perfect Rimsha. It's yes, it is the medial lip where it is located, and meanwhile you just draw the diagram. You just draw the diagram of this particular structure, and remember that over here you will find the radial notch. Just below the trochlear notch, in the side view you will find the radial notch also. You will find the radial notch just below the trochlear notch, and remember this radial notch, the one that I am highlighting or with the yellow color, it is just below the trochlear notch in the lateral view. So write down that the radial notch. Okay. Now can anyone tell me why it is named as radial notch? Means it will be articulating with some surface or some bone. Can anyone tell me? Although it's just clear with the name. Okay. And it will form a joint. It will form a joint. Okay. I want the name of the joint also. Meanwhile, I'm just writing that it lies on the lateral surface. So write down it lies on the lateral surface of the olecranon process. Sorry, of coronoid process. Coronoid process. Yes. रेडियल फोसा नहीं आस्था ये नहीं है, रेडियस बोन है. हाँ हेड ऑफ द रेडियस के साथ है. ठीक है, इट आर्टिकुलेट रेडियल नोच है ना, तो बेटा ये रेडियल पार्ट के आप ये खुद देख लो ना, ये लेटरल व्यू है, तो लेटरल मतलब लेटरल साइड में बोन कौन सी है, रेडियस है. तो अल्टीमेटली ये किसके साथ जॉइंट बनाएगी, दैट इज द रेडियस. अगर तुम ये वाला डायग्राम देखोगे इसमें बहुत प्रोमिनेंटली क्लियर होता है कि ये वाला जो पार्ट है ना, दैट इज द रेडियल नोच. दैट इज द रेडियल नोच. दैट इज आर्टिकुलेटिंग विद द हेड ऑफ द रेडियस. That is articulating with the head of the radius. You can very well see in this particular picture as well. Yes, it is the radio-ulnar joint. Very good. अब दित्या अब भी आंसर इनकम्प्लीट है. इट इज द सुपीरियर रेडियो अल्नार जॉइंट, क्योंकि अभी जॉइंट का क्वेश्चन आया था कि कौन सा जॉइंट बन रहा है. तो यस, इट इज द सुपीरियर रेडियो अल्नार जॉइंट. SRUG, it is the superior radio-ulnar joint. Superior radio-ulnar joint. तो everyone can see over here, it is the superior radio-ulnar joint. और यहाँ पे हाँ, तो अपने पॉइंट्स कंप्लीट करेंगे. इट लाइज ऑन द लेटरल सरफेस ऑफ द this coronoid process. Okay, and it articulates yes, it articulates with the circumference of the head of the radius, forming superior radio-ulnar joint. Superior radio-ulnar joint. Forming the superior radio-ulnar joint. So you can very well see over here. Yes, you can very well see कि ये जो joint बन रहा है दोनों के बीच में, it is the superior radio-ulnar joint, and it is the round head articulating margin of the head of the radius, which is actually connecting to the radial notch of the ulna, to the radial notch of the ulna. Okay. Yes, I hope this part is clear. तो ट्रोक्लियर नॉच और रेडियल नॉच दोनों क्लियर हो गए आप लोगों को. आई होप द ट्रोक्लियर नॉच एंड द रेडियल नॉच इज क्लियर टू ईच एंड एवरी वन. Just give me a thumbs up, guys, that both the notches are done and both the joints are also done with these notches. Okay, now coming on to the two muscular impressions. Muscular impressions, it is the supinator fossa. It is the supinator fossa. Yes. Supinator fossa and crest. हाँ, और कभी कभार बच्चे हम लोग, जब मैं अल्नार ट्यूबरोसिटी लिखवा रहा था, तो अल्नार ट्यूबरोसिटी को हम लोग एक अलग से भी मस्कुलर इंप्रेशन बोलते हैं, क्योंकि वहाँ पर ब्रेकियालिस मसल का इंसर्शन है. दैट इज ऑलरेडी बीन डिस्कस्ड इन द कोरोनॉइड वाला पार्ट ना. ठीक है, सो यस, that's already been discussed, ulnar tuberosity, and now I will be focusing on the supinator fossa and crest. Yes, Prakshit Arvind Ditya Vipin, very good. Now I will be focusing on the supinator fossa and crest. So write down, yeah, supinator fossa के लिए अब सिंपल सा जो आपको डायग्राम आप लोग को पता होना चाहिए. ये भी बहुत प्रोमिनेंट होता है लेटरल व्यू में. सो अगर सपोज दिस इज द डायग्राम. Okay, this is the diagram, the same diagram that we have drawn up till now. Okay, the same diagram that we have drawn up till now. So I'll just be telling you about the supinator fossa and the muscle attachment over here. I'm very bad at diagrams, no. Biology के students को diagrams अच्छे से बनाना आना चाहिए. सो वरना कहते हैं ना, बायोलॉजी लीक हुए डायग्राम्स नहीं आते हैं. वो तो 11-12 का एक बहुत अच्छा सिनेरियो था कि हाँ, डायग्राम्स नहीं आते हैं तो मतलब बायोलॉजी कैसे होगा, ये वो. चलो एनीवेज, तो डॉक्टर की राइटिंग के साथ डायग्राम्स परफेक्शन बहुत ज़रूरी है, नहीं? तो अब वो वाला तो ज़माना गया कि बैठ के अब एक एक प्रैक्टिकल फाइल में बैठ के डायग्राम्स बनाते थे. अब तो बस सिंपल सा ये हो गया है कि चलो काम चलाओ तो बना ही लेते हैं. सो रिमेंबर गाइस, नाउ यू आर गोइंग टू टेल मी कि ये वाला पार्ट तो चलो ट्रोक्लियर नोच है, ये वाला पार्ट बता दो क्या है. जस्ट इन द लेटरल और द साइड व्यू, इन द लेटरल और द साइड व्यू गाइस, व्हाट यू विल गेट. ओके, apart from that, you are over here, it is the ulnar tuberosity. Ulnar tuberosity is there. Okay, we have the coronoid process, the yeah, olecranon process, trochlear notch, coronoid process, ulnar tuberosity. Yes, and below the radial notch. Okay, chalo, no one answered. Perfect, beta. It is the radial notch, and since no one answered, yeah, Ditya, very good. Radial notch, the below the radial notch, beta, you will find the supinator fossa. This is the supinator fossa. Supinator fossa. So write down that it is the depressed area. Write down it is the depressed area lying below the radial notch. Yes, Kumud, Vipin, Prakshit, very good. Lying below the radial notch. It is bounded posteriorly. Okay, it is bounded posteriorly by a sharp ridge that is called as the supinator crest. Supinator crest. So write down it is bounded posteriorly. पीछे की तरफ, it is just bounded posteriorly by a sharp ridge. Remember, it is called as the supinator crest. It is called as the supinator crest, guys. And remember, just with the name I will go and I will write it over here that supinator fossa and crest, supinator fossa and crest gives origin to supinator muscle. Supinator muscle. So over here you will find a muscle, okay, that is originating from the supinator part, the fossa, and this, that is the supinator muscle. That is the supinator muscle, okay, arising from the supinator fossa and the supinator crest. A muscle will be arising here, and that is the supinator muscle. That is the supinator muscle. I hope the upper end is clear to each and everyone. I hope the upper end is clear to each and everyone. The two processes, the two notches, and the two muscular impressions. The two muscular impressions. The two muscular impressions. आज के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं आज, क्योंकि लेट हो गया है. सपोज 10 तो यहाँ बज गए हैं, तो 10:30 तो वहाँ हो ही रहे होंगे. व्हाट यू गाइस से, क्योंकि कल के बाद तो मैं फ्री हूँ, तो कल के बाद आई कैन लाइक टेक मोर टाइम आफ्टर टुमारो and will be able to complete the upper limb within 1 week now. Within 7 more days I will complete the upper limb, 7 or 8 days. So yeah, just let me know your opinion कि upper limb एक हफ्ते बाद complete हो जाएगी. मैं पूरी कोशिश करूँगा. I will give more number of hours now. Okay. तो yeah. चलो, I hope you all enjoyed the lecture as well. चलो, okay, perfect, perfect बेटा. तुम्हारे लिए तो टाइम होता ही नहीं है. तुम तो पूरी रात बिठा लो तुम लोगों को पढ़ने के लिए, नहीं फालतू कामों के लिए. तो पूरी रात तुम्हारे लिए है ही कि ऐश कर लेते हैं, मजे कर लेते हैं. या चल, एनीवेज, परफेक्ट. बच्चे यार, लाइक शेयर कमेंट तो रहने ही दो. शेयर कर दिया करो फ्रेंड्स के बीच में यार. कुछ वो भी सीख ले, कुछ वो भी पढ़ ले. ठीक है, इतना बुरा तो नहीं पढ़ाता हूँ कि समझ में नहीं आएगा. बहुत बेसिक सी चीज़ें हैं. अगर जनरल पढ़ी हुई है तो ये बहुत इजी आप लोग को याद हो जाएगा. ठीक है, चलो, गुड नाइट बेटा.